Okay, so we're making a falafel and rice platter, white sauce and all, like you get from everyone's favorite late night food cart. The recipes in this video were inspired by ToriAV.com and fellow YouTuber Mr. Flavor Saver, but with some little tweaks here and there to my own taste. Let's start with the white sauce. We're starting here because the white sauce, along with the first step of the falafel, which you'll see in a few, should be made 12 to 24 hours in advance. So let's get this thing started. First, 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. I'm using the full fat version. Next, 3/4 cup Greek yogurt, also the full fat version. Next, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 teaspoon dried parsley, 3/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and finally 2 tablespoons of water. You can add more water, 1 tablespoon at a time, if you like a thinner white sauce. Now grab a whisk and mix thoroughly until combined and smooth. Admittedly, getting a squeeze bottle is probably a step too far, but sometimes it's just hard to resist the finer things in life. Now let this sit in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours before you use it, so the flavors come together. Now let's move on to the falafel. The most important thing to note from this list of ingredients is that the chickpeas must be dried chickpeas, not the canned ones. 8 ounces of dried chickpeas is equal to 1 heaping cup. To start, just soak the dried chickpeas with water for 12 to 24 hours. Make sure the water level covers the chickpeas by a few inches, because they'll expand. You can do this the night before or early in the morning. I let these chickpeas soak for about 16 hours, and then I drained and rinsed them. If you're soaking for more than 12 hours, be sure to change the water at the 12-hour mark. Now into the food processor. Next, 3 cloves garlic, 2 tablespoons fresh parsley, half an onion roughly chopped, 1 tablespoon flour, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, half teaspoon ground coriander, 1/8 teaspoon black pepper, 1/8 teaspoon cayenne pepper, and finally a pinch of ground cardamom. As you may have noticed by now, all you've been doing in this video so far is dumping ingredients into a vessel and mixing. With that being said, throw the lid on the food processor and pulse until the mix comes together. What you're looking for is a coarse, mealy texture, and when you move it around, It shows the ability to stick together. You then let this mixture sit in the refrigerator for 1 hour before cooking. Here, I'll give you a closer look at the texture. You can shape these however you want. Balls, patties, logs, the International Space Station. I form mine into little football-like shapes because a cart that I sometimes buy them from in New York City does it that way. You just grab a handful and gently mold it in your hands, just like that. Now heat some oil in a pan over medium to medium-high heat. Very gently drop each piece into the hot oil to avoid breaking them. I'd say fry them for 3 to 5 minutes on each side, but this depends on the size and shape. You're looking for a nice golden brown color and a crispy texture. Remember, the falafel themselves are vegan. You could eat them raw if you for some strange reason wanted to. Therefore, there are no eggs or meat in them that you need to cook through. So it is more important to go by color and texture rather than time. This is more or less what it should look like. These are the ingredients for the seasoned rice. I would say vegetable broth or stock is preferred because of the flavor, but you can absolutely use water as an alternative. Start by melting 1.5 tablespoons of butter in a pan. Then add your spices and salt, 1.5 teaspoons turmeric, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, and 1 teaspoon salt. Stir the mixture together to form sort of a wet paste. At this point, the smell in your kitchen will be pushing your air fresheners to the limit. Then add 1.5 cups of rice. Some people recommend rinsing the rice beforehand, but as you can see, I did not. Now mix the spice mixture and rice together for about 2 minutes. You're making sure everything is evenly coated and you're also toasting the rice. Next, add 3 cups of vegetable broth or stock or water. You just need 3 cups of cooking liquid. It can be one or the other or a combination. Now stir everything together so it's evenly mixed. You also want to break up any clumps of rice that may have gotten stuck to the bottom of the pan. Then you wait for it to come to a boil. When that happens, cover and reduce the heat to low and cook for about 15 minutes or until the liquid looks gone. After this time, move the pan from the heat to an unused burner or your countertop and allow it to rest covered for another 15 minutes. You should end up with this nice, bright rice. Use a fork to fluff the rice up. Let me give you a closer look. Now let's plate. Need I remind you that this isn't just dinner. This is an experience. So I brought out the foil container, true to form. Start with some chopped iceberg lettuce. This is completely optional, as are these tomatoes. Next, spoon in some of your seasoned rice. You should see how much rice spilled off camera. I could have made a second platter directly on the table. Now drop your pieces of falafel over the rice. Now for most people's favorite part, the white sauce. This is the freedom you've always wanted. Next is the hot sauce. This is actually just sriracha. And there you go. Eating vegetarian doesn't have to be boring or bland, or in this case, even light. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the Unputdownable channel, because more videos like this are coming.